Welcome back. Now in this lecture we're going to look at Eloquent, and this is just a brief introduction to get to understand about Eloquent and Eloquent relationships. So what is Eloquent? So the Eloquent, that is ORM, Object Relation Mapper, is an active record system to deal with relational database. And an active record is a pattern where an object maps to a table in a database. The object's properties usually correspond to the columns in the given table. So each model you create in your MVC structure corresponds to a table in your database, which is used to interact with that table. You know very well the work of, or the primary purpose of a model. So the models allow you to query for data in your tables, as well as insert new records into the table. That means you do not need to write SQL queries at all. All you have to do is define database tables and relationships between them, and Eloquent will do the rest of the job. So in convention in Laravel is that all your table names must have plural names, or they must be in plural, and models must have singular names. So for example, you are creating a table called cars in plural. Convention in Laravel is that your model name should be car, so that they can interact with that table. So now Eloquent will assume that your table name is cars and the model name is car, so that we can be able to interact. So another example, if you have a table name called post in plural, Eloquent will assume we'll have model called post. So that is the convention in Laravel. So let's get another one, users, plural, user, model. So the tables are the plural form of the model, and the model are the singular form of the tables. So Eloquent relationships are how you define which objects are related to others. So let's see some of these relationships from the Laravel documentation. So if you go to laravel.com, we have this Eloquent ORM and then relationships. So if on the introduction, database tables are often related to one another. So for example, a post may have many comments, or an order could be related to the user who placed it. So Eloquent makes managing and working with this relationship easy and supports several different types of relationship. So the first one, we have one-to-one, we have one-to-many, many-to-many, has one through, has many through, one-to-one polymorphic, one-to-many polymorphic, many-to-many polymorphic. So if you look at the one-to-one polymorphic, one-to-one relationship, this is a very basic relation where, for example, a user model might be associated with one phone. So to define this relationship, you use the has one, and on the inverse of that relationship, you use belongs to. So similarly, with one-to-many, so for example, one-to-many relationship is used to define relationship where a single model owns any amount of other model. So an example is a blog post which might have an infinite number of comments. So to define that relationship, you have to use has many, and on the inverse of that relationship, you use the belongs to. So that is the inverse. So we have another one, many to many. So this one is more complicated than has one and has many. So this one, to define this relationship, you use the belongs to many method. Also on the inverse, you use the belongs to many. So we'll be looking at some of these relationships to understand how they work. So see you in the next lecture.